Team, today we're going to be talking about 3 ways to focus on your own brand and brand identity. All right, let's crack on. The best project you will ever work on is your own brand. You're going to hear it here first. You are better off building your own visual identity, working on your own evolution of logos and brand assets and visual assets and animations and illustrations, whatever it is. You're way better off doing that than you are building any fake project that might come into your head, because the beauty about working on your own brand is that you'll be able to use it to market, to support yourself, and to grow and evolve your own brand and connect with your audience. So if you're going to work on any project, make sure it's your own. Sod all these fake ones. Pointless. All right, don't build a portfolio full of fake projects. Just build one real one that's out in the world. That's yours. All right. So you cannot sell what you do not do. Again, probably unpopular opinion, but there are a plethora of humans. I don't even know if plethora is the right word, but you know what I mean. On the social medias, selling themselves as brand identity designers, visual identity designers, and they don't even work on those things themselves within their own brand. The problem with that is going to create them a huge amount of problem moving forward, when ultimately what they're trying to do is they're trying to sell brand strategies, and they don't do brand strategy. They're trying to sell visual identity, and they don't have their own visual identity. They might have a logo, but they don't have colors, typography choices, consistent design systems moving. Like, it's really, really difficult to sell things that you don't actively do yourself. So if you are looking to get clients, the most important thing you can do is do on yourself what you are trying to sell to others, because it makes it so much easier to sell it. Okay, my brand, my personal brand, made by James, this beardy face dude here, has helped me land more clients than any other client project. Like whether it's like the visual systems I've been building, whether it's the animations, whether it's the website, whether it's the content that I've been putting out. The beautiful thing is, like, people come to me and they'll go, "We love your brand. Look, we don't want skulls with like pencils through the eye or anything like that, but you clearly understand how to build a brand, how to build a visual identity, and we want you to do that for us." And like, any designer here worth their salt should be able to transfer their own skills onto any brief. All right, so become the niche, become the person that people seek out. Like, you, to do that, you have to work on your own brand and your own visual identity. That's the only way to scale, that's the only way to grow, and that's the only way to get these bigger, larger paying clients who trust you more, who appreciate you more, and who will rave about you to all of their friends. You've got to become a design leader. The only way to become a design leader is to build your own identity, build your own brand. It's the only way. So, all this is great, but I know a lot of you are probably going like, "How do I find the time to do all this? I'm already so busy." You probably don't sound like that, but you know what I mean. We have to try and make some time to do this. So here are some tips and tricks that I'm going to give you now, 3 of them that have helped me continuously evolve my own brand. Number 1, time block. Now, time blocking can be done in a load of different ways, but the most effective way are these 2. You can either break up your morning, afternoon, and evening into blocks of time. In the morning, you might spend on personal development. In the afternoon, you might spend on client work. In the kind of late evening, you might plan. There's multiple different ways. Me, personally, I am super effective in the morning. So it's much easier for me to wake up and do all of my heaviest lifting in the morning. And then as I go through the day, like as my energy levels start to drop, I'm then going into more different projects. So like at the beginning of the day, heavy lifting, the things that involve most of my brain power. The afternoon, I'm probably going into client calls, coaching calls, maybe building some presentations, like thinking about some programs or whatever. Then in the evening, I'm kind of more into the kind of calls, the emails, the kind of doing stuff that doesn't involve so much brain power and as much heavy lifting. All right. So breaking up your days into the times that you're most effective is really, really good. I also know some other people who take one day at a time. So they on Monday they might read, on Tuesday they might plan, on Wednesday they might film. Not as easy for people who are running a business and who don't have a team, because there's so many different things going on at any particular time. But that is another way to time block, is to actually dedicate a whole day to a certain task, another day to a certain task, another day to a certain task. All right. But if you time block, you will be able to find more time than you think. All right. So please give it a go. Number 2, good habits. Now, for me, I used to drink a lot. I used to do a bucket load of drugs. I used to be a little twit. Do you know what I mean? And it was really affecting my productivity, my efficiency, and I managed to get quite a long way while being mostly hungover. Do you know what I mean? So what I really want you to do is really think about the person you want to become. Really think about the things you want to do. Think about the business you want to build. Like, these things will not happen unless you're 100% dedicated to them. So these are some of the things that I do. You know, I'm obviously now sober, almost 3 years. Whoop, whoop. Good daily routines. I wake up early. I walk the dog. I eat well. I exercise. I have a very good daily process. Like I said, these time blockings. I always go to bed at the same time, always wake up at the same time. And this consistent forming of habit creates this beautiful effect of habit stacking. Do you know what I mean? Like James Clear, Atomic Habits, great book. Go and read it, go and listen to it, whatever you like to do. But one good habit leads me on to another good habit, which leads me on to another good habit, which leads me on to another good habit. It means I'm super productive with my day, very efficient, leaving enough time either side for rest, relaxation, and family, because your brain is a muscle. If you do not rest it, it's going to give up on you. And that's where things like creative confidence and imposter syndrome and burnout, these are the things that happen. I've been there. I've been close. Like, we've got to rest ourselves to be able to have this efficient working muscle, which is our creative brain. All right. Number 3, find help. Now, there's a big problem there. Like, think about this generationally, all right? So when we were growing up, our parents' generation, what they would have is they would be very knowledgeable about a few things, probably their job and maybe a couple of their hobbies. Now, all of us, we have access to all of this information. We have access to all of this knowledge. And what that does is it means that because we have little snippets of knowledge of all of these different things, whether it be brand strategy, illustration, animation, website design, what that makes us think is that we can do it all, or we should do it all, which is wrong. It's causing a load of analysis paralysis. It's taking them too long to execute on stuff. So please just focus on the things that you are great at. Look, I know I can build visual identities. I know I'm really good at logo design. I like to think. I know I can execute any particular brief, but I'm not the best illustrator. I'm not the best animator. So what I do is I bring people in to help me build these things for my business. I've got George, who's my animation hero, who's now a part of Made by James. I've worked with Linka Design Co., who are now which I'm a creative partner in their business. The Mr. Tillman, Carl Tillman, Pennybridge. Do you know what I mean? Like, all of these illustrations here were created by him, apart from that one on the top right, which was Linka Design Co. But my point is that you are allowed to team up with your friends. You are allowed to find people who are better than you at the things you want and bring them in, invest in their business, get them to help you build the brand that you want. All right. So, last little note while I cough is that when you know your identity, you can embrace your destiny. All right. You have to evolve. You have to continuously be moving. You have to continuously evolve your brand, evolve with, all the different tech that's coming out. Try new things, become more, do more, be more. Because if you stand still, you're not going anywhere. All right. As always, you know what to do. Freebie. Absorb more knowledge. Hit the subscribe button. Peace.